going on, everybody? Welcome to what could be possibly the most hype episode of this show.
Let's go!
Sandwich Talk. We are here, actually, not even in the city of Detroit. We're in Royal Oak at the Oak House Deli.
Bah, bah, bah.
And I am here with somebody who's been blowing up right now in terms of everything from the music, food, and then just pushing those messages along with great people here in the city. I'm very happy to say that I've been watching this guy move up and keep killing it and keep moving and working with everybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, you might know him as Munch Music. Let's go.
What is up? Appreciate you so much,
Hell
Carlos.
yeah,
Thank you
very
for having
much
me.
for being on the show, dude.
I'm so hyped to be here.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited. This is awesome. We're actually sitting on the stoop
we'll
of
go
this place right here. Yeah, we're stooping it out.
We're stooping it up. This is a little bit better.
So we're up close and personal now. What's up, everybody? You smell great. We are here, actually, so this is on the corner of Washington and 6th Street in a pretty quiet Royal Oak right now.
Definitely.
Like, anytime that I've ever been to Royal Oak, it's like hype. You see a bunch of people partying, high heels, and like a bunch of stuff walking across the street, but it's chill right now.
Yeah, not too hectic. Yeah. Pretty relaxed.
Right?
Definitely. We got to bring the energy, though.
Let's talk about, first of all, dude, who are you? Why should we know you? Because I know you and I didn't even know you.
I mean, I don't know. I'm Munch, a.k.a. Mr. Positive Vibes. I love to spread good energy and positivity in all the people around me. I run a really cool mental health clothing line called Love Yourself Clothing. I make music. I run a record label called Rare Sounds. I do a lot of things in the city, man.
Damn, dude, damn.
Yeah.
The thing that caught my eye that you're doing in the city right now has been quick food reviews.
Oh, yeah.
You going to spots, literally just real quick, shouting out the place, what you got, showing the people at home what you ate, taking a bite, reacting, and then getting everybody to get there.
Exactly. And that's what it's about. I want people to know about really good food spots in the city, and I want them to feel the energy of the local spots.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I do similar, but definitely like we do things differently. And dude, I respect so much the way that you go about it, but then also the other things that you do.
Thank you so much.
You're like another one of those people that, you know, you're continuing to build and build on yourself and just keep going. And it's beautiful and awesome and motivating to myself.
Thank you.
To watch somebody like you who's been coming up, and you've only been doing this for just a couple of years too, man.
Yeah, man. It's been an amazing ride. You know, the food reviews started maybe 4 or 5 months ago, you know, but I've always wanted to do them because, you know, I've started off as a musician, right? And
for sure.
Since I started making music, I've always been known as Munch. It's just like,
why though?
It's like, okay, so the story behind Munch is funny. So when I first started making music, I started with my friend Cameron, and we were like a duo. And we were trying to figure out like a cool duo name. And so we started off as like Crunch and Munch.
Nice. That makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah. So after a week, he realized he didn't want to make music. So
a week?
He lasted a week. He didn't last too long. But, you know, it kind of left me in this position where I was like, okay, I guess I'm Munch. And it kind of stuck. And
that's sweet, though.
Yeah. And I always wanted to do food stuff, but I never really like had the idea until like in the pandemic. I was always, you know, supporting local spots still. And my roommate was like, yo, you got to do food reviews. And I was like, let's start it up. Brunch with Munch. And that's kind of how we got here.
And Brunch with Munch is a series, like I described, where you're just basically going to a spot, you're grabbing something quick, one item.
Yeah, one item.
And then that's what you're talking about.
Basically. It's really quick. I want people to like know of quick, cool spots in the city that they can run up on no matter what, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and be able to grab something cool on the go.
Hell yeah. Super simple. Hi, puppy.
Hey.
Hi. Oh, hi. You want to be on camera? We're on a podcast.
He's like, I'm camera shy.
There's a really nice dog here, guys. Bye. Bye, puppy. Have a good day. I love dogs. I love dogs.
Okay, great.
Do you have any animals?
So my family does. We have a dog, a German Shepherd. Her name's Kona.
Nice.
And then we have 4 cats. Yeah, 3 Persian cats, and then one that we just found on the street.
Wow, 3 Persian cats.
Yeah, so like, you know, the smushy face ones.
Yeah. Why Persian cats?
So my little sister rescues them.
Cool.
Yeah, so she's rescued a few of them, and they all have their personalities, and you know, some of them are really cuddly. One of them just doesn't like to be messed with at all. The other one's just like a little teeny one that just like likes to hang out. Yeah, it's funny.
Dude, my cat Frank, legit just hates everyone.
Really?
But like, if he wants to get pet, he'll let you know. He'll like come up and be like, all right,
Like, all right,
cool,
let
you
me
can
get
go
some.
ahead, just, good,
Yeah,
just go ahead.
just a little bit right
Right
here.
here.
And
then you do a little munch. He's like, nope.
No, step back. I know it.
But he's a good
Definitely.
guy. At heart,
Yeah.
he's a good guy. I like to think that he's a reincarnation of my Uncle Jim.
Okay.
A real angry guy, but if you rub him the right way, he'll like you. But then he'll step away because he doesn't like you.
Too close.
Yeah.
Way too close.
Well, first thing, dude, we gotta start eating because
Definitely.
have you eaten yet today?
Have I eaten yet today? I had a bagel this morning.
Was it a bagel sandwich or just a bagel?
Just bagel with vegan cream cheese at the house. Something easy, quick.
Nice.
Just
what kind of vegan cream cheese?
Miyoko's. You ever had the Miyoko's cream
Miyoko's
cheese?
butter is very good.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Miyoko's. I'm not gonna lie.
They've been putting out good product.
Definitely.
For sure.
So been running with that one. It's like a cashew cream cheese, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
They use cashew as the base, which big fan of.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. We learn something new every day, man. But
all right, well, we got 2 sandwiches from the spot, Oak House Deli. It was a recommendation from a friend. Bow. So this menu, first of all, let me open up this board. This is a lot of sandwiches.
I got options.
If you can see, this is like a scoreboard of sandwiches here. You got a whole bunch of different selections. It's basically everything that you'd ever want in the sandwich world is available at this spot, including a hell of a vegan selection.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Love that.
That's so cool.
Show the vegans some love.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you've got different kinds of vegan, so like the vegan egg salad, vegan Reuben, vegan pizza sub, which I think is huge too.
Whoa.
The number one item on the vegan menu was the vegan Reuben today. And then we had a couple other recommendations.
Boom!
So we decided to go for the vegan Reuben. Do you
We
want to
did.
crack that one open first?
We might as well.
Let's do it, dude.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We had them cut it in half for us.
Mm-hmm. Which they said they cut every sandwich in half. So nothing special for
Nothing
us over
special
here.
for us today. Okay. Boom.
Yes. Already, I'm loving the marbling.
Looking beautiful.
Ooh.
Look
Look
at
at
that.
Dang, you got a marble rye over here. You got big old sauerkraut. It looks like some vegan cheese on that boy. It looks like a vegan Swiss. And then I'm looking at this meat. So this meat's unique. This is like a vegan corned beef. It looks like it's kind of got just a smooth texture, but a little crunchy maybe.
It looks exciting.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
And then this vegan Thousand Island. So are you a Thousand Island guy or are you a Red Russian dressing kind of guy?
I like Thousand Island.
You do?
Yeah, I'm a Thousand Island kind of guy. But honestly, like I said, as long as there's no meat in it, sign me up and call me Sally. I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Just
Definitely.
no meat.
No meat.
All right, dude. Hell yeah. Let's dive in, dude. Cheers. It's a pleasure to hang out with you.
Cheers. And I appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Thank
Sandwich
you.
talk.
Sandwich talk. Hell yeah. Dude.
Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Yes.
Really neat. 1 minute, guys. Oh. Let's go.
Enjoy the flavors. So I haven't had a Reuben since I ate meat 3.5 years ago. This is damn close.
This is nice.
Yeah.
One thing that I love, obviously the texture and the taste of the marble rye comes out. The sauerkraut as well. And then along with the Thousand Island. So these are all classic Reuben tastes that you're going to get. But then you dive into the meat. And the meat, while it does have a slight, maybe almost tomato taste to it, more than anything, I'm getting a lot of the reminiscent corned beef type flavors.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the layerage. They give you layers, too, which I like a lot.
You're getting the flop of it, too, the fold over.
Oh, yeah.
You can kind of see that in the video here. And if you're listening to this, you're not seeing anything.
you're just feeling it.
You're probably just seeing a picture of Munch and I munching away.
Munching away.
Let's get that picture going. I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot that. That one's gonna be the picture on Spotify. All right.
I love it.
Dude, I want to keep going. I love the exterior crunch on the bread too. They did a really nice toasting here, and I think that it's like maybe a vegan butter or some. I honestly don't know how to do it. Honestly, they could have done it with oil. I'm not sure, but it's good.
So something I don't enjoy when it comes to sandwiches when it's over toasted and it like cuts the roof of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I think they perfectly toasted this where it's still, a bit spongy, but you still get the crunch. You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with my friend Bart Dangus
I know Bart.
Oh,
Yeah.
our friend Bart Dangus.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that his number one gripe about sandwiches is when the exterior of the bread gives you too much of that same thing, where it just hits the top of your palate, and it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
And you hate it, and then it just ruins the whole sandwich.
Definitely.
He's more of a soft bread kind of guy. Actually, he said that his favorite bread for a sandwich is doing it as a burrito. And then it got on the topic of, is a burrito a sandwich?
Wow. And what was the consensus?
I mean, I think a burrito's a burrito, but it can be classified in the same realm as a sandwich as well.
Definitely.
I mean, for me, it just comes down to the whole thing of like, if I go out and I say, hey, I'm going to go get you guys some sandwiches, and I come back with like, 2 hot dogs, a burger, and a burrito, you're going to be like, what the hell did you do? Those aren't sandwiches,
sandwiches. Okay, I see the vision now. It makes sense to me. Similar ingredients, but it's the presentation, right?
I was kind of on the fence about how this vegan corned beef was going to be.
I'm always on the fence because I never know if it's going to hit or if it's going to be, I don't know, not enjoyable. But I'm enjoying this. I definitely feel the tomato flavors in it a lot.
But the texture's on.
100%. 100%. I'm right there with you. I'm definitely loving this sandwich right now. I'd come back for it.
Do you like Reuben's regularly? Like back in the day when you ate meat?
When I used to go to delis, I used to go to this place called Cityscape Deli, Long Lake and Telegraph, family owned, wife and husband running the sandwiches. Love the energy in there. Used to love getting a turkey club there.
Really?
Yeah, big. And then I would get the Reuben there as well. And that was the last time I had a Reuben, so I was pretty big on it. Yeah. I missed it. I always miss it. But I'm happy that they're coming out with ways, for us vegetarians to reconnect.
The amount of people that have turned themselves into coming more into veganism has also coincided with the amount of different things coming out that are vegan friendly. Yeah. The one thing that I really love about the movement towards veganism right now is that you're seeing a lot of different restaurants understanding that there's a lot of different things that you can do without actually having to sacrifice the flavor, the science behind it, or even putting in things that are like supposed to taste like.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like I like going to a place and being like, "Oh, can I have this?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, it's vegan." And I'll be like, "I had no idea, nor did I really care."
Yeah.
But it just so happens to be inherently vegan, and I love it.
Definitely.
And it's really nice and refreshing to know that like everybody's just a little bit more understanding of like what veganism is and how to kind of like supply it,
Definitely. And I like how places like this, they offer more than one thing. The worst is when you go to one place and they're like, well, we don't even have anything on the menu, but we'll just take the burger off and you'll get lettuce, tomato, onions on a bun. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I guess I'll do it, We
can get you a grilled cheese sandwich. Okay, is it cheese vegan? It's vegetarian.
And then you're just kind of like, well,
that's not what I want.
It's not what I want, But seeing the options on the menu, that's amazing to see. Yeah. And I fully support it.
And it's a full-ass menu, too.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome. And they got dessert, too.
They got dessert. They have vegan cheesecake and vegan gelato.
Ooh!
But check this out. Like, just that whole vegan menu right now.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
So we just had the vegan Reuben. I'm going to have to come back here. The recommendations were also the vegan pizza sub and the vegan Big Dipper, which looks like it's what's that called? A French dip? Jeez. I'm the sandwich guy, and I forget about sandwiches things.
I mean, there's a lot of options.
A lot of options.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I was passing a burp.
Let it pass.
It's passed. It's gone now. That burp's done.
Long gone.
Dude, I'm like almost done with this half.
So am I.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm deep in it.
For sure. The bread is fantastic, though. I definitely want to know who their baker is because this is lovely.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it again. Perfect toast. There's no cuts on the top of my palate. I'm feeling comfortable every time I bite into it. Still spongy, but you get the outside crisp. And the flavors are there. The flavors are there. Do you rate your sandwiches, or are you just like thumbs up, thumbs down kind of guy, or maybe in between?
I don't really do a rating. Not for me. I mean, if we were to actually go in and talk about like every single sandwich that I've had in the last week or 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I can give you probably like a top 10,
Okay.
like in order.
Definitely.
But other than that, I don't really remember enough of the things that I've eaten in my life to give you a full rating because I don't think it's fair.
That's kind of the way I was. So when I started Brunch with Munch, I started with the ratings. And it became so hard because people would always send me a better spot. So I'd be like, well, I gave the last one a 9, you know what I'm saying? And then I'd be like, all right, 9.1, you know? And they would just keep getting better. It got to a point where I wanted to, you know, have a platform that would just showcase good food in the city.
That's what it's all about.
You know what I'm saying?
Because then it's not competitive, right? It's more about community building at the end of the day in that sense. And that's what I really like is just, if it's a good spot with good people, why not highlight it? Why not talk about it? Why not say, this is fantastic and you should be here? But if it's honestly just something that like, they're just looking for a rating, it's okay. Well, you get a 5 out of just straight getting a rating, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard, you know.
Yeah. 5 out of 5, I don't know. 5 out of 10, I don't know. I'm just going to give you a number.
We'll give you a number, yeah? Or I'll give you a thumbs up. Now I just tell people, like, I like it. I hope you like it. Come check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Tell them Munch sent you. Have an amazing day. That's it.
Hell yeah. Tell them Munch sent you.
That's it.
That's awesome.
You got to tell them Carlos sent you.
For like some places, for sure.
Yeah.
Like if I'm actually like friends with the owners and stuff, I'll be like, hey, go and make sure you let them know you're friends with me. You know, sit down at the bar. You want to talk to this bartender. Like,
yep.
That's definitely the way that I go about it for sure.
Definitely.
Ooh. Another thing that I wanted to talk about. This has been something that's been on my mind since the first day that I saw you doing your thing.
Okay.
Your hair is outstanding, dude.
Hey, man, I'm looking at a reflection right now. Look at your hair.
Your hair is so good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Look at us. We're rocking the flow.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a tsunami over here on the podcast.
Right there.
It's wild. Thanks, man.
Before we dive into the next sandwich, I want to talk a little bit about, so you've been doing, obviously, Brunch with Munch over the last few months here. You've had your clothing line.
Yep.
Let's talk about the clothing line.
Cool, yeah. So the clothing line, it's called Love Yourself Clothing. Everything is printed in reverse, so when you look in the mirror, it's a friendly reminder anytime you're having a day. A good day, a bad day. It's just supposed to be a simple reminder anytime you need it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and excuse me, there's a burp passing.
Oh, yeah, it's the same.
It happens.
They're all day right now.
Oh, yeah. So the idea came to me my senior year of college. You know, I had, you know, a bunch of really close friends who were getting jobs in like LA and New York, and I had this kind of external pressure where it was like, I've been making music for so long, but I've always been in school, and I've never been able to have like all of my time in the day to give to my craft, right?
Totally.
And so in my world, I was like, you know, I want to graduate and I want to focus on being a creative. But so, like I said, external pressures of family, friends being like, yo, you should just get a job and financial security. And,
you have this paper saying that you can do it. Just go do it.
Just go do it. Same thing. And like, it takes a mental toll because in my mind, this is like, I know what I want to do, but you have everyone around you kind of telling you like, hey, like, we don't know if it's going to work. You should go with the safe route, right?
Yeah.
And the structure. And so,
especially like parents and family, right?
Yeah, especially like, you know, in the Arabic culture, like I come from 2 immigrants, you know, my mom and dad came from Germany and Lebanon, right?
Respectively?
Respectively.
Dang, okay, cool. My mom is from Mexico. That's where I was born.
Yep.
And then my dad is from here in Detroit, but he's Lebanese and Italian.
Amazing.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So,
so definitely like that old school, old world mentality.
Very, very old school mentality.
Be a doctor, lawyer, or like
something with structure because they, I mean, you know, I don't know about your parents' story, but my parents have been through a lot to get here and where they are, you know, and they don't want, you know, it's not that they don't want it wasted. They just want, you know, me to, you know, have a good life.
Yeah.
Right. And when I'm telling them like, hey, I'm not going to really take this degree and go get a job and, you know, work a salary job. I want to go focus on, you know, my passion and what's driving me.
Yep.
Obviously, there's going to be some pushback because they don't really know the energy I put into what I love. Right?
Yeah. Do they now?
Now they love it. They see it. They see the energy. And you know, it's kind of like you got to prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's very much a prove them wrong. Like,
yeah, you do.
You know, because, you know, growing up, I had a bunch of hobbies. I loved skateboarding. I loved fishing. I loved it. But you always move on from a hobby sometimes as a kid. And so they thought like music, I was going to move on eventually. But they didn't know like I really, really loved it.
Yeah. And what's cool, too, is like you're figuring it out. You're figuring out the best avenues to broadcast it, the best people to bring it to, the best way to go about broadcasting not just the music, but also the message behind the music.
Exactly.
And that's something that I think that you're doing very well, dude.
Thank you, man.
For
I appreciate
sure,
that. Yeah.
You know, for me, it's the same thing. You know, my folks, be a doctor, be a lawyer. That's it. Like,
Yeah, figured out.
yeah. And when I first started doing, like, I was working in advertising. I worked in advertising for 5.5 years.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad just being like, yeah, just stick with it. You know, and my mom was like, same thing, like, just stick with it. And then, you know, I was doing Aunt Knees, but never like, you know,
Fully in it, like
Exactly.
living it every day. Wake up, gotta get in the Aunt Knees.
and like the day that I decided, okay, I think I'm done with all this. I remember like my mom just kind of like, you sure?
Yeah, yeah. They're like, I'll support you, but are you sure?
Yeah.
You know?
My dad was definitely, he was like, no, you gotta figure this one out. Like,
I mean, that's usually how it goes.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, definitely.
you know, very happy to say that both my parents are very proud of me too
Same.
for everything that I've been able to accomplish, and I continue to work with that motivation in my mind to not just, I don't want to prove them wrong. That's
No.
not it.
No.
I want to continue to show them that they were able to give me this
Exactly.
vision, this ability to want to grow and the
Mhm.
ability to want to keep moving in the best way possible to build myself, to
Yeah.
better myself.
100%.
And I see a lot of that in you, dude.
Thank you,
super
man.
proud of you.
I'm
doing
proud
that,
of
for
you,
sure.
man.
Thank you very much, man.
Definitely.
Thank
Like
you.
I said, I see a reflection with the long,
Yeah, long
beyond
hair.
the long hair, man.
Yeah, for sure. Is that a crew neck? The crew neck.
vibes.
Yeah, for sure. You're the colorful version of me.
I see it, man. I see it, man.
You want to dive into the next sandwich?
We might as
Oh
well,
yeah,
man.
dude. Okay, so this was my selection. I wanted to check this one out because it's a vegetarian item as well.
You
But
gotta crack it.
I'm a huge fan of pesto. So it's the veggie
Boom!
pesto right here. Big fan of having my mouth be super stinky.
Yeah, you gotta
Just
love it.
funky mouth.
Why not? You gotta love it.
You can go ahead and ask my girlfriend Paige about when I eat kimchi around her.
Oh. She's not a fan, but I love kimchi.
I love kimchi. I love kimchi.
I'll eat it by the spoonful.
Seriously, yeah. Just take a chopsticks and just go right
just
out
go
of the
at it.
jar.
Yeah, why
And
not?
then out of nowhere, I was just like, okay, cool. I finished up, crank that lid back on, go to the bathroom, and just brush
Immediately.
away.
Immediately.
All right, cool. So let's take a look here. Oh,
That looks beautiful. I kind of want to get a picture
You
of this
should get
one.
a picture of this one. Hang on. Let's do this split for you guys. Oh, my God.
It's beautiful.
Hi, everyone.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah, you got to love the green soaked into the bread.
Hey,
Dang.
that's how you know it's going to be good.
Oh, my God.
The flavors. Ooh, a little bit of grease.
Yup.
Oh.
So I like already, first thing that I'm noticing here
Yep.
is the tomatoes are fresh. These are real fresh looking
Yeah,
tomatoes.
definitely.
And,
Looks delicious.
You know, always hard to get a good fresh tomato, but if you got good produce people, they'll make it happen.
Yeah, and they got the pesto on both sides of the sandwich too. They
Yup.
don't got it
Smart.
on one side. They sandwich it in.
So it's like you just said the title of the movie. In the movie. He's the Terminator. What?
Amazing.
All right, cheers, dude.
Cheers.
And cheers to all the family at home. We love you guys.
we
Ooh,
love
the
you.
panini press on the
I
outside. You see
know.
that?
We got a nice press.
All right, I'm going for it.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Damn,
Yes.
this one's for me.
Yeah.
They made this one, and they were like, "This one's gonna be Carlos's favorite
Carlos.
sandwich here."
Wow.
Mm.
I'm loving it.
The cheese is perfect.
Perfect.
Hasn't been sitting out for long at all.
Mm-mm.
Still fresh. Good chew, but also soaked in with the pesto in here, and then it gets the bread. One thing that I like about the bread too is even though the bread is soaked in the pesto,
Mhm.
you still have that crunch.
Crunch. Need the crunch.
Need it.
Huge for me.
Big fan. What are you
Oh, yeah.
thinking?
I like how the pesto isn't overwhelming. Sometimes pesto can be a really overwhelming garlicky flavor, if that makes sense. But it's not overwhelming
Mhm.
right now. It's balanced really well with the tomato and the cheese.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
You can taste the tomato, and the mozzarella actually really kind of acts as a full bind across the board.
Definitely.
The spot is okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't drive to Royal Oak often at all
Same. Never,
for
rarely.
really anything,
Rarely.
but the spot's all right.
Definitely. I mean, the only reason I'm here, shout out Harrison. Harrison, if you're watching this, You're the reason we're here right now.
Hell yeah. Shout out Freddie Todd as well.
Shout out Freddie.
We heard you're the homie here as well.
They love
Big
you.
fan of you guys. Great job, guys.
Look at manifesting. We manifested.
And that's the thing that I love, man, is like you see that in the good people is everybody who's shouting each other out, continuing to build on each other, build for each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're doing things the right way, things are just going to happen.
100%. And like the coolest thing about, since I started doing the food thing, so many people are sending me new recommendations of places I've never been, local spots, local food people I need to connect with, and just get out of my comfort zone, reach out to them and say, let's do it.
Hell yeah. And that's a beautiful thing about the city of Detroit too, is like everybody knows everybody in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You're literally 1 degree of separation from everybody in the city.
It's so wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And all it takes, sorry for cutting you off, all it takes is getting out of your comfort zone and just reaching out to them and saying, hey, let's work together. Let's try and do something.
Let's do something. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we hung out. That's why we're here today.
Manifesting.
Absolutely. Big shouts to you, man. Thanks for hitting me up. I appreciate it for sure.
That's what we do, man.
Wanted to ask you, of all the places that you've reviewed so far, do you have a favorite?
Oh.
This is hard because you don't want to disappoint anybody.
It's tough. It's really tough. And honestly, one of my favorites, they don't even make it anymore. Do you know Rose's?
Rose's Fine Foods?
Rose's Fine
Absolutely,
Foods.
I know
They
Rose's.
used to have a breakfast sandwich there, but they don't do it anymore because they converted to the market during the pandemic.
Guys!
I know. I'm sorry.
Guys!
Rose's was my top. It was my top.
I love you, Roses.
Yeah.
I love your food program that you've always been putting out there. And you're not doing the breakfast sandwich anymore?
Sadly. But
that makes sense, though. Everybody's got to pivot.
They gotta
Everybody's got to make
adjust.
things happen. I get it.
it's been a gnarly year. They adjusted. They figured out. I'm sure it'll come back eventually.
They've been doing it well, though. That's a market that a lot of people from that neighborhood have been really just focusing on, which is lovely.
So many sandwiches, though.
Yeah.
I focus more on the breakfast sandwich a lot. So brunch with Munch, it's surrounded by breakfast sandwich. Lunch with Munch would be more of an Oak House Deli experience, like we're doing.
There we go. There we go.
So I kind of switch it up, but I definitely think there's a lot of great options. Have you been to Yellow Light?
Oh yeah, we did an episode of Detroit Digest with them.
Yeah,
dude, their Nashville hot chicken was very good. I really like the way that they're using. I don't really like Tabasco sauce, but they're doing it right there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Tabasco sauce. I'm more of a Cholula guy.
I'm more of a Cholula, Valentina.
Valentina slaps. Yep, Valentina.
I mean,
slaps.
even honestly, Frank's, dude.
Yeah, Frank's. Yep.
I just tried the Brinery's newest hot sauce.
Okay.
And it's like a habanero hot sauce. Honestly, think about Frank's, but way hotter.
Okay.
Same flavor. Outstanding.
I gotta try it.
Outstanding. So good. Big shout out to the Brinery. I got to check out their space in Ann Arbor, and man, they've been doing things the right way over there.
I love it. So I recently got into hot sauce.
Yeah.
It was for a long while. I got scared of hot sauce because I went to a Thai spot. And the hardest thing about Thai spots is that their scales range differently at every single place.
I'll take the hot, and then you're like, oh, this isn't hot. And then I'll take the medium. And then you're like, I'm done.
So I went to this one place in Grand Rapids. They're like, all right, 1 to 10, what do you want spice? And I was like, I'll do like a 3.54. We'll keep it easy, not too hard.
Yeah, keep it minimal there. Yeah.
It was extra hot. It was extremely hot. I took a bite. I was sweating. I was turning red. I was like, I'm never doing hot sauce again.
I was a kid. I grew up with hot sauce. Like being like Mexican household, like we just eat hot sauce and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
And when I was a kid, my mom and I went to a Thai spot, and they're like, how hot does he want it? And I was like, I want it hot.
You want to show out. Yeah,
and it was just me and my mom were there eating Thai food, and I'm there just devouring it.
Yeah.
And then my mom looks at me, she goes, you're bleeding from my nose, dude. I just got a nosebleed from just eating super duper hot stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man, Yellow Light's great. Big fan of the stuff that they've been putting out there. I saw that you went to Bikes and Coffee.
Yeah, neighborhood spot. Ben, great guy. They got so they have a breakfast burrito. So, that's the conversation. Is it a breakfast sandwich, breakfast burrito?
You know who did that breakfast burrito, right?
Oh,
myself and my friend Merk.
What?
Merk, the genius. DJ Chef Merk, big shout out. I love you, dude.
Shout out
I
Chef
miss
Merk.
working with you. Him and I, every single Saturday and Sunday, we would have those breakfast burritos available for sale. It was the meat one, the vegetarian one, and then the vegan one, which was always like our low-key favorite.
Yeah.
And in the pandemic, like I remember it was the last week right before quarantine. And we were all sitting there, like, still selling burritos, but it was like we are just doing to go. Like, we didn't want anybody to sit down and hang out outside.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, shit, I think this might be our last week. And then at that point in time, like, closed it down. It was called Swerve.
Cool.
You can still find Swerve on Instagram. It was based off of our love for Southern hip hop, is what we called it.
Yeah.
And the Swerve burritos were outstanding. And then the pandemic hit. Ben said, when I come back around, I need to put these burritos back on the menu. But I'd love to figure out a way to do it full time. So he built the kitchen out, and then Merck worked with him and helped him figure out how to do those burritos full time. So now Ben has been making those burritos.
Amazing.
And so proud to see him. Big shout to Ben. I love you, dude.
Love you, Ben.
I love everything that you've been able to put out. I'm always here for you, dude.
Always.
He's been one of my best friends for a while. So
great human, man.
Yeah.
As soon as I met him, very, very open arms. Moved to the neighborhood. He gave me an opportunity to throw a show there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was February before the pandemic.
Was I there?
I don't know.
Maybe.
All I know is it was a good time. We threw a fun show there. We kicked it, and then we were gonna play it more, and then the pandemic happened. They had to close down, and then honestly, it was great. I really enjoyed that breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
It was a vibe.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun there, man. That was like the most neighborhood of the neighborhood shops for sure.
Definitely, yeah. Really enjoy it.
And he's been coming back around. As soon as he opened back up, it became that vibe again.
Mm-hmm.
Very proud.
Yep.
Whew.
I'm loving this sandwich.
I'm still eating, dude. I'm
loving this right now.
This is a great sandwich. This is the best thing I've had all day.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm telling you, pesto flavor can be overpowering.
Mm-hmm.
It's balanced really well here. I'm happy.
The tomato.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fresh, crispy. Plays so well with everything. Honestly, 3-ingredient sandwich. I mean, if you say pesto is 1 ingredient.
Well, it's kind of like,
it's like 5 ingredients.
Yeah, it's a little deeper. Honestly, what bread do you like more? Do you like the marbled rye or what is this one? What kind of bread is this one?
This seems to be more of good question. Let's just
check it out. Let's take a look.
I don't want to guess it.
Pesto on sourdough.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm a sourdough guy.
Yeah, I like the
sourdough. I usually am. I really like the press that they've done on this too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sandwiches, man. Sandwiches.
I love them.
You can't go wrong if it's just done. I mean, you can go wrong for sure, but for the most part, I've had great sandwiches all throughout.
There's a balance. There's definitely a balance you got to find in each sandwich. Last night I made a banh mi at home. Yeah, so I marinated my tofu. I found I marinated it in it was like soy sauce, little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of rice vinegar. I cut up some ginger, I marinated it, for a few hours, and then pickled some veggies, jalapenos, carrots, and cucumbers.
Necessary.
And then I made a little spicy.
Like a slight pickle, or did you do a heavy pickle?
Well, I did like a kind of. I didn't do a. I mean, I got them still pickling right now.
Yeah,
the sandwich I made last night. Yeah, they're gonna get there. So it was just. I think it was rice vinegar, white vinegar, and then a little bit of granulated sugar, and then a little bit of salt.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then so I mean, it was a good vinegar. It was an instant vinegar or an instant pickle for me.
Instant pickle, yeah.
So
just enough to give you that flavor.
Exactly, but I added
on top
more.
of that, the fresh ingredients in there. Like if you do a banh mi and you do it all fresh, it's gonna be outstanding.
Yeah, still great. Yeah. And then I did a spicy vegan mayo. Kind of to give it a little bit of sauce on the French bread.
What mayo are you using right now?
Why was it? I think it's like called Just Mayo. I don't know.
Just Mayo.
Yeah, I think it's a vegan. It's a vegan alternative.
Yeah.
So I try to do my best these days. If there's a vegan version of something, I'm gonna rock with that. I'm trying to rock with vegan alternatives
for
these
sure.
days. Yeah.
For sure.
Not fully vegan, vegetarian, but I'll choose the vegan way if I can.
And that's. I mean, it just gets you into that mindset, into that health conscious mindset.
100%.
Too.
Yeah.
I try to eat like healthy as much as possible.
Yeah.
Obviously, on this show, I've had my fair share of junk food and very heavy, cheesy sandwiches.
It happens.
But for the most part, if I'm eating at home, I'm trying to eat right.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've been trying to make more of an effort to do things like in more of a vegetarian or vegan way at home. Just because, I don't know. You only YOLO once, I guess.
Why not? Did you cook a lot at home?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'm not. I don't really get the chance to do it too much right now, just because I've been so busy.
Mm-hmm.
During the pandemic, it was beautiful because at the beginning of the pandemic, I got a chance to get back into the kitchen and do the things that I love to do.
Yeah.
Just building on new recipes.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, as things started to pick back up, I was putting myself. I'm the kind of guy that, like, if I'm bored, it's bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to make myself busy.
Always.
So I got back to like 6-7 days a week again. And I didn't really give myself the time to like cook good meals at home.
Yeah. Feels good, right?
So I'm trying to make that happen again. Trying to like be a little bit more, have that intent.
It's hard to because there's so many great spots in the city.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's
Yeah.
so true. And then especially when you're craving something.
You're
Like the other day, I
"Oh,
was craving Rocco's.
I
We
know.
got Rocco's. Big shout to Rocco's.
Big shot. I
We both love
it.
you.
Fan. Huge fan. Huge fan.
The eggplant, we were talking.
Oh!
The eggplant's so good.
I might have to go there after this. No.
The prosciutto love has been one of my favorite sandwiches there. I did
Amazing.
a quick video on them as well, and like
Love it.
that prosciutto love, I have to say, has been one of those sandwiches that, like, when you think about getting an Italian sandwich, that's one of the ones that I think about for sure.
Really?
Um,
You have a favorite deli in the city?
deli, old school deli, absolutely high grade.
Yeah, high grade.
High grade
Yep.
deli.
That was
High
the
grade deli,
first.
dude.
That was the first breakfast sandwich I did for brunch with Munch.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, and it's unfortunate because like Stu and his family, everybody there is so great. He's trying to sell.
Really.
Yeah, and I don't want it to go in the wrong hands. I want to make sure that if somebody's going to pick it up, they do it the right way.
Definitely.
You know, and that's the fear that I have, is that it's going to go into somebody that's just going to be like, cool, let's put a Starbucks in here or something.
No.
You know?
Dang. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of one of my favorite delis, Russell Street.
Russell Street
Oh,
Deli.
I
man.
miss it.
They're coming back.
They're coming.
They're
same
coming
spot?
back. No,
Same-
different spot.
Yeah, good.
Different spot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Russell Street, miss it.
Yeah.
Miss it.
Yeah, man.
That was a sad day for
I
me.
miss their soups.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm a soup guy. Like, it's
Minestrone?
something that a lot of people don't know about me, is
Yeah.
that I love soup.
Huge.
And like, they would sell their soups at Eastern Market every single Saturday.
Amazing.
So on the cold days, you walk right up, you
Crucial.
get a pint of soup. Man, lifesaver.
Definitely.
Talk to me a little bit about the music that you do too.
Yeah, definitely. So like my music, I describe it as like feel good music.
Cool.
You know, I just like music. For me, it started off as like, oh, I really want to be famous with music, but now it's kind of like an outlet of me just to express myself. And when I feel creativity coming, that is where the root of my creativity comes from. You know, and constantly find myself in situations where, oh, I have an hour here. Let me try and make some music. We gotta.
Just want to check the time. See
How
where
we
we're at.
looking?
We're good. There's a train coming. Train on coming. Train.
There we go. It's passing. It's going. Somewhere far away, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, anyway, like I was saying. So, what were we about to say?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Feel good music. I use it as an outlet to express myself. At the base of all my creativity, I'd say music is what drives me. That's how I started my clothing line. You know, I wanted to sell merch as a musician, but I didn't want to just slap Munch on a shirt.
Right.
You know, so I try to find a deeper meaning. That's how Love Yourself came about. I was having a not so great day, like I was saying, from those external pressures. Remember looking in the
Which we
mirror.
all do.
Exactly. And I remember looking in the mirror, wishing I had, some message there to uplift me. And so I was
Yeah.
like, that I want that to be my merch. So I printed the first reverse Love Yourself. Obviously, I loved it. I would wear it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing I know, what initially started for me ended up becoming something that could affect so many other people.
God, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I had, friends, family, strangers coming up to me trying to get it. And that's how I started. I was slanging everything out of my car. And people would be like, hey, I want a shirt. And so what I would do is I would just pull up on them and open my trunk and be like, pick what you want. This is what I
That's
got,
sweet.
That's
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a really cool way to go about it too. It's like, I mean, that's what's great about Detroit businesses in general, is that you
Yeah.
don't need a lot
No.
to get going.
Mm-mm.
As long as you got a community, a focus, a passion, and a drive.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all you need.
And they're going to support you.
Yeah,
100%. That's what I tell people whenever they ask me why I choose Detroit. The first thing I say is it's the community. And it's the community that isn't forcing me or to like change my, integrity or do anything that I feel uncomfortable. They see me pushing towards something I love and I'm passionate about, and they just fuel it. They don't ask for anything else. They just say, be your authentic self.
That's it.
And create something that's going to make an impact on this community, and they will support it.
That's all that matters. Be you.
Of course.
Be you. To everybody listening out here, we're proud of everything that you've ever done.
Yes.
And you should just keep going on that message. Don't try too hard to be something else that you're not.
Exactly.
Don't try too hard in general.
Nope.
Just try enough to keep going.
And always push.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight. That's the most crucial thing.
Hell no.
It'll never. And if it does happen overnight, it's going to go the same way it came.
Yep.
In an instant. So build a strong foundation. That takes time. Surround yourself with people that are going to support you and that love you and want to push you to be the best version of yourself.
Hell yeah.
You don't find those people overnight.
Nope.
You might find them on Instagram and they might have a sandwich talk podcast, But, all I'm saying is these people, when they come in your life, cherish them because they're going to push you to be the best version of yourself.
Love you, man.
Hey, thank you.
Absolutely.
Love you too, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
I want to make sure that we know kind of where to find everything too.
Of course.
That we talk about like where to go, whether it's you've got Instagram.
I do.
You've got TikTok.
Everywhere.
You've got your Twitch account.
Twitch. Yeah.
You've got a clothing site as well.
I do. Yeah. So everything is Munch Music. Look up MUNCH Music. MUSIC, no Z in there. Munch Music.
There's an R in there somewhere.
There's a
It's
silent
R.
G. There's a silent G somewhere. But yeah, just Munch Music everywhere. Clothing line is loveyourselfclothing.com. If you like live streams, I DJ and I rap on my live streams on Twitch twice a week,
Sweet.
Usually Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Those are my days.
Oh, sweet. So you're doing it 3 times?
Yeah, so Saturdays are sometimes. It just depends on the weekend. So at least 2 times, Monday and Thursday, and I try to fill in the rest in between. Maybe I'll pop on and go on late night, but if you want some good vibes, it's a great place to be. Music's on Spotify. I'm on Instagram, Twitter. Just look up Munch Music wherever you are, and you might find it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We've got actually one more item.
We do.
So we talked about the dessert. We definitely had to make sure that each one of us got this vegan cheesecake.
They asked us, do you want one? What'd you say? Absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. That was the quote it. Throw it on his shirt. He said, you want to give me 1 cheesecake for 2 people? No.
What do you do?
We got 1 fork
Thank
here.
you very much.
I got another fork here.
Hell yeah. All right. So already looking at it, it's looking like the texture's there. We got a little berry sauce in here too. Not sure what that is, but I'm stoked on it.
We're going to find out.
Also, it looks pretty juicy from the bottom. Can you see that right there?
Oh, I do see that. It's soaking.
I'm going to do it sans berry first, just to see what it's about.
Oh, just the berry.
No, without the berry.
Without
just
the
the cheesecake.
Okay, I'm into that. I'll join you.
Do that just to see what that's like. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
Whoa.
The flavors are good.
There's
the texture's different.
Yeah, different. That's what it is with the vegan cheesecake.
Yeah.
It's always something different.
But the flavors are good.
Flavors are there.
The texture, it gives you, I would say the overall mouthfeel is that of cheesecake. However, you're getting a little bit something extra, maybe a little bit more like granular, possibly.
Granular, and then another thing is there's the granola, there's no crunch.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. Usually I'm so used to the bottom granola having a crunch, and it's kind of dissolving. It's instead of like...
It's soaked in.
Yeah, it's soaked in. I like it.
What is the flavor? There's a really interesting flavor that I'm getting from this. I don't know, man. I like it. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I definitely like it.
I can't tell either.
I'm gonna try it with a little bit of this berry.
A little berry action.
A little berry action.
What kind? Is it strawberry or
Oh,
raspberry?
yeah. Looks like a purpley berry.
Oh.
That's a little raspberry-ish.
It's raspberry.
No, that's nice.
Definitely.
I like it.
I'm loving it.
With the berry sauce, I think it gives me everything that I want.
Everything.
Yeah.
By itself, it needs the sauce.
By itself, it's still good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's definitely still good. But I would say that I prefer it with the sauce.
I love it with the sauce. Come on. And that's what makes the cheesecake, in my opinion. I need the sauce. I need the layerage. Look at that. Look at the layerage.
I'm giving it a nice film on top.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dessert?
We're eating it right now.
Cheesecake is your favorite dessert?
Favorite.
Wow.
I know. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge... Anytime there's cheesecake on the menu, even if I'm full on the verge of sleeping,
Let's
getting
be
the
honest.
itis.
You got 2 stomachs.
Always. That's a fact right there.
Hey, how's it going, sir?
Good. How are you?
How we
Good,
doing?
good. Welcome to
I
Sandwich
got
Shop.
room.
All right. All right.
All right.
Always a guest on the show.
Gotta love it. We had a dog today.
Mm-hmm.
We had the homie right here. Quick appearance,
Mhm.
guest appearance. We'll do a freeze frame there.
Oh my God. I know, right?
Yeah, I definitely think cheesecake is my favorite dessert. What about you?
So probably, hang on. That last bite that I got there, I got the crunch on the
You did?
the cake or the crust for sure. That was nice. The granola crunch.
Mhm.
I would probably say my number 1 favorite dessert is pastel de tres leches.
Oh, tres leches cake.
Yup.
Oh,
Yup. Big shout out to every Mexican bakery I've ever had in my life, putting out tres leches to maximum.
the best.
Oh man.
What's your favorite tres leches in Detroit?
I always kind of go to Mexican Town Bakery,
Yeah.
just because it's right there. They've always got it available.
Which
and,
one?
And it's great. The Mexican Town Bakery?
Okay.
Yeah, right there on Verner, right in front of Clark Park.
Okay.
Go in there right when you walk in. You go to the back to the right at the
The best.
refrigerators. You open that door and they have the log. It's a giant log of just soaking tres leches cake,
Wow.
and you get that boy. I think it's like $12, 100% worth it.
Get
Could
the-
be less.
Get
I
the
don't
log. Get the log.
Yeah. know. Second favorite dessert. Ooh. You know, I don't know. It could be flan.
Is that because you grow up eating it? Or?
I think it's just my mom's flan that I love.
You know,
the
it's
most.
wild because in my mind, my second favorite is my mom's poppy seed cake and my mom's crumb cake. It's a German recipe, super simple, but she just makes it with love, and that might be my favorite.
Nothing is better than mom's food sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's so funny that we both the second one immediately to our mom's.
Yeah.
Yeah, our mom's go to.
But yeah, I mean, like, tres leches for sure, dude.
100%.
Big fan.
Yeah. So my favorite tres leches, my first time I ever had it actually, and I loved it. It's this taqueria in Ypsilanti by Ann Arbor. It's
Really?
called Timaz.
Never heard of
Never
it.
been there?
No.
We'll go there one day.
Mhm.
Well, I love it. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite spots. We used to always take people there. Amazing tacos when I lived in Ann Arbor.
Mm.
First time I tried the tres leches cake, and I fell in love that day.
Yeah,
Every time I
man.
went there after, I always got it. Even if I was full, second stomach
Second
coming
stomach
in.
takes over.
Always.
It makes you believe.
Yeah.
You
Makes you believe. I'm right there with you.
guys want anything else? No, we're good. Okay, should I just bring the dessert card out? Yeah.
Yes. You need
When
it,
you
man.
go to a fancy place and they got a dessert cart, dude.
Yeah, I'm just hitting them with one of these. Bring it over.
Yup. We went out for my birthday recently. My mom, my sister, and I. And
When was your birthday?
it's April 20th, 420.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Celebration.
Yeah, for sure. It was a
Wow.
beautiful day. We actually did Kana that night as well. It was a huge party, beautiful
Really?
thing, and it was all outdoors. And it was snowing too, which was wild.
What? Oh yeah, it did snow on 420 this year.
Yep.
Yep.
So we went out for my birthday earlier that weekend
Yeah.
to go get dinner,
Okay.
and they were like, "Okay, cool. So you guys had, I think we ordered like 7 things or something like that." And they were like, "You guys thinking about dessert?" And I was like, "Yeah, we'll take one of each, please." So we
Yeah.
got one of each of the desserts.
Yeah. Why not? Just give it up. That sounds. My sister does that always
You got
because she
to.
knows. She knows someone is gonna eat it. Someone's gonna love it. It's gonna send us home
Mhm.
in the best way.
I
Order it
agree.
all. So that's what it calls for some days.
Damn, I really enjoyed this. I'm really
Oh.
happy that we did this too.
That's a great spot. Oak House Deli.
Shout out Oak House Deli. Shout out Royal Oak for being so cool and bringing us dogs and random guests.
I love it. And great food.
Great food.
Oh
Good
yeah.
spot. Right in front of Kelly Services here.
Right here. Shout out Kelly's.
Shout out Kelly Services. What's up? My mom actually worked for Kelly Services a long time
Really?
ago. Yeah. So yeah, how about
Yeah,
that?
it's right there. Yeah.
Before we leave, so we got you on at Munch Music,
Everywhere.
and that's everywhere.
What about you?
At Love Yourself Clothing. right?
Yeah.
And then on your website is at just munchmusic.com.
Munch-music.com.
Munch-music.com.
Yeah. That's
Very
it.
cool. And then loveyourself.com.
Loveyourselfclothing.com.
Loveyourselfclothing.com. Very
That's
cool.
it. We got websites. We got social media. We got things happening.
Beautiful.
I love it.
You've been killing it, man. I'm so
Thank you,
proud to
man.
see.
Let it out. Let it
Okay, there we go.
pass.
That was a cheesecake burp, so it took a little bit longer.
Mine's gonna come eventually.
I'm so proud to see the things that you've been doing. Honestly, like it's refreshing to see the way that content has kind of evolved and continued to. Pardon me, sir.
Yeah.
It's refreshing to see the way that content has evolved and continued to evolve, and the people that are doing it in the right ways.
Mm-hmm.
But the best thing to see is when it's about support and it's about community.
Always.
And that's one thing that I definitely see from you, because your messaging is 100% about love, support, positivity, and then pushing those messages to make sure that everybody knows that you're doing it for the right reasons.
Thank you.
And you're not doing it in a way that's pretentious. You're not doing it in a way that is at all trying to be beneficial towards yourself.
Mm.
You're doing it more so because you have the love and the passion and the drive to want to do something like this.
Yeah.
And you just have the avenue and the platform to do it.
Exactly.
I see it, man. I love it.
Thank
and
you.
I'm proud of you for doing
I
it.
appreciate you.
Absolutely,
Thank you so
dude.
much,
For
Carlos.
Sure, for sure.
It's been a blessing joining you today on Sandwich Talk. I'm so grateful for the food we ate, the conversation, and I'm excited to see, where this takes us.
Hell yeah, man.
For real.
Hell yeah.
So
We're
blessed.
going to have to do some stuff again. I'd love to be on your channel.
Let's
we should
do it.
Something like that. We'll have to do maybe an episode of Detroit Digest or something like that.
We gotta do a brunch with Munch, Detroit
do it.
Digest. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen sooner than later.
For sure.
I love it.
Speaking of which, if you're watching this right now, today is Wednesday. This Friday, we're going to be, ooh, that one passed. That was nice.
Yeah.
This Friday, we're going to be going over to the different spots in Dearborn for some Ramadan meals.
I love it.
Wanna
What?
come through?
I would love to.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be Friday night about 10, 11 o'clock. We're going to be doing that giant food truck rally,
Amazing.
doing some food out there, checking out some different spots. We did part 1. So if you go to my Instagram and the Detroit Digest Instagram, you'll see a couple of clips from that.
Mhm.
Part 2 is going to be more so about the party, about the element of where you see a ton of people coming through, collaborating
It's
with each
fun.
other, and then having that giant food truck rally.
I love it.
I'm really excited for it. And then on top of that, we're also going to do an episode with Coriander.
Amazing.
Big fans of them. I think
Wow.
they've been killing it.
That's exciting.
But things coming up, man. I'm so proud to say that we're a city that just keeps pushing for each other, with each other.
Exactly.
And you're definitely one of those people, man.
Hey, and so are you, my brother. Appreciate
Very
you. Another
much, man.
dab,
Thank
because
you,
why
thank
not?
you. Why not, man?
Oh yeah.
Guys, I want to thank everybody checking out the show. Major thanks to Planet Ant for putting us on.
Thank you.
This is a Planet Ant production on Planet Ant Media on Planet Ant YouTube. Big shout out to everybody that's part of Planet Ant as well, especially Mike McGettigan for putting us on
Thank you.
every single week. In the comments below or on my Instagram at Carlos_Parisi on Instagram, let me know. Is 6 o'clock a good time for you? If not, we can push around the times, because we've been doing 6 o'clock now for about like 8 months or so. It's been good. But just definitely want to make sure that the messaging is out there. Definitely want to make sure that you guys have a chance to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Aside from that, I want to thank, of course, Zach Bridges, Parker Hammond, Danny Veer, my mustard valet, Michael Zuber, my mailman, Carl Malone, my chief, Miles O'Brien. All these people that have been instrumental to every episode of whether it's been the OG podcast that's available on Spotify and you can listen to all those episodes, or the video cast that we started doing just because of the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
And we're doing it in a good way outside, checking out different spots, supporting local. And that's really what this community is all about, is giving back and pushing for each other. So I want to make sure that I thank each and every one of you guys for being a part of this show.
Yes, sir.
With that, I'm done.
You just killed it. I appreciate
We're
everyone
done.
showing love, and hopefully we'll be back together sooner than later, brother.
Hell yeah, man.
Let's do it.
I hope everyone got hungry. I hope you guys loved it. Check out Munch on everything that he does.
Ooh!
And as always, happy sandwich.
Much love.